Trick or treat. Hello, everybody. It's your favorite day of the week. It's Star Trek Tuesday. It's also your favorite day of the year. It's Halloween. Of course, only 50% of us realize that you got to show up and show out on Halloween. And that's Jenny R. Johnson and Melissa Longo. Please, in the live chat, everybody, let us know how freaking incredible do they look today for Halloween or Hallows Eve.
That's lovely.
So we have a lot to talk about, everybody, other than Halloween goodness. We're going to talk about Lower Decks. We've got the season finale coming up in just a couple days. Cannot wait, really less than 2 days. We're going to talk about the penultimate episode as well as the upcoming one. We've got, everybody, say it with me, Star Trek 4 news. It's not a day unless there is Star Trek 4 news. I tell you, when Star Trek 4 happens, you guys, it's going to be like a worldwide Star Trek convention. We're all going to be so happy.
We're going to be in the streets.
Patrick Stewart is also in the news for other reasons. We've got all kinds of stories. There's Ensign Rowe talk, Lieutenant Rowe, Rowe Laren, whatever you want to talk about. Also, something very important, we are going to announce the finalists for the Legacy Division of the 2024 LLAPy Awards. That is the big live Star Trek Awards show that's happening in just a couple months. We are now voting on the finalists. It's like the qualifying round. It's like the playoffs. Anyway, look, everybody. Yeoman Johnson is here, everybody. I was trying to see if...
Hi, everyone.
I'm trying to see, like, if this Ensign, Lieutenant, Commander, what are we seeing?
It's single.
Got it. Okay.
They're so tight. So tight.
Your hair is freaking on point. And your eye mascara and your eyeshadow, everybody that's just listening in, you are missing out. She looks like she just stepped out of 60s Trek or that one episode in 90s Trek entitled Trials and Tribulations.
Nice. Thank you. This is very fun. I haven't done this in a long time.
Now, everybody, Melissa Longo is here as well. She has ears, she has a suit, but she's going to have to explain what it all combines into.
Well, it's kind of a generic space elf. I was going to be a Vulcan, but I forgot I'm SAG and I'm on strike, so that probably wouldn't be a good thing. So I'm a generic space elf with metallic skeleton suit.
I love it. I love it so much.
I think I found maybe what...
Yeah, I know. I love
Melissa... This is what Melissa is. I found what she is online. Kind of like that.
Ooh.
Hey.
Got the ears and the skin, whatever. Close enough.
Just a little more beautiful.
Red eyes. Everybody, Dr. Anne-Marie Seagull is here as well. What are you today?
I'm the person giving out candy.
So important,
which is the best job of all.
I was told those were the scariest people of all when I was a kid.
Well,
but I guess not on Halloween.
Yeah.
And everybody, I'm just wearing my favorite.
I don't have a van.
I'm wearing my favorite family shirt. It is the Cisco family, and you can get your very own Cisco family shirt at the Star Trek and Chill online store. You just click the link in the description box below. You can get this shirt in any size and any color. I like black because I thought that the color goes well. You know, it pops with the black, but it also goes well with a white or a light blue or a gray or something like that, I think.
I own the black one myself, and it's fabulous.
Awesome.
Highly recommend.
All right, so let's get into the news, everybody. Hello to Marani. Welcome, Marani. The Matt Boardman, Fran, Kyle, Chuck, Rashid, Dave, DeBidley. What's up, DeBidley? Bob, Wayner. We see all of y'all. John, Don. Let's have some
Yay.
fun. May Borello as well. War Dog Heim. Uh-oh. He's trouble.
Red alert. Sorry.
That's a good Riker.
Thank you.
Good Riker. All right, so everybody, as we get started, please make sure you like this video. Please make sure you are subscribed to this channel. If you're listening in, give us a 5-star rating and a nice review. We really appreciate it. And if you want to know every time we're going live, when you hit subscribe, make sure to hit that bell icon. It'll give you a notification when we're going live. That way, you always know. It's twice a week. All right, here we go. First things first. What's in the news? Well, it is Halloween, so let's get started with a tweet from David Mirren reminding us what today is. He says, since it's Halloween here is Patrick Stewart dressed as a lobster. I think we may have all seen this before, but it's nice to be
Iconic.
reminded.
It's the best.
So cute.
Look at him. Look at him.
He's very happy
He's a
So
very
happy.
happy lobster.
in a bathtub. Looks like an old school British bathtub.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
those.
Yeah, that is iconic. Like you said, Anne-Marie, I haven't talked all day and now I'm stuttering every time I open my
I
mouth.
know.
Yeah, it happens. Of course, you could do something even worse, and you could do the tweet that Trek Central did.
Uh-oh.
I'm not even sure if I'm going to read this one out loud. Trek Central, at the Trek Central,
This is amazing.
tweeted out front page of Star magazine. Oh, it's today's. Wow. Tuesday, October 31st, 2023.
That's great.
And should I read? I don't need to read this. Right?
Yeah.
Actually, Melissa, can you read this for us, please?
There are Klingons lurking around Uranus.
Close enough.
Uranus.
No, it's
Uranus.
it's
Uranus?
definitely Uranus. I think,
Oh, I
you
didn't
notice-
see the question mark.
but it's definitely Uranus. And I feel like about 20 or so years ago, people tried to retroactively change the name to Uranus, but we're all like,
Isn't it,
no,
just bad?
No.
yeah, Uranus. No, you can't change it now that you realize how funny it is. You can't take
Mhm.
this away from us. And there was a
Mhm.
major pushback, and we're keeping it.
Uranus.
Yep.
I feel really bad for all the children who grew up not realizing how funny it was. You know,
Yeah.
back in the 50s. Yeah.
Anne Marie in the live chat says, Happy November. Everybody,
Oh,
let us
Rashid,
know.
because in the UK it's already November.
Yes.
Right. I was going to say, everybody in the live chat, let us know, is it November for you yet? That's there are some people it's November for,
True.
like Rashid.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, now that we got those, but that's pretty big, though, that Star Trek made the front page of Star
Yeah.
magazine, right?
Yeah.
It's a tabloid,
incredible.
but
I
I
still.
mean, it got a bigger picture than the Victoria Beckham, David Beckham, gossip going on. That's amazing.
What's up with them? Aren't they like old news? Isn't
Oh,
that
I think
Paunch
it's like
Spice?
Mistress reveals.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's my favorite Spice Girl. Yes.
Mine too.
Yeah, mine too.
Yes.
Maybe for different reasons, but
Mhm.
But I love them all.
I don't know why she was my favorite.
Her
She
little
didn't-
black dresses.
Yeah, because she didn't
so
sing
cute.
so much, but I liked her.
all right, friends in the live chat, let us know, is Paunch Spice your favorite?
Paunch.
I just like calling her that. It's so fun. Is
We're gonna
Paunch
get a cease and
Spice
desist.
your favorite Spice Girl, or who else? There's Sporty Spice.
Mhm.
There's
Uh-huh.
Scary Spice.
And
Mhm.
Ginger Spice.
Ginger Spice,
Mhm.
Baby Spice.
I love Spice Girls.
Mhm.
Is that all of them?
Yes.
All right. All right. So let us know who your favorite is, everybody. And while you guys are screwing around in the live chat, we're going to get to work on some Star Trek talk. Okay, so this is from our good friends over at trekmovie.com, entitled From Baylock to Spoilers,
Oh my
the
God.
Star Trek Lower Decks Easter eggs and connections to or in the inner fight. First of all, when you guys saw that title,
Oh my
the
gosh.
inner fight,
Mhm.
what did you think?
I mean, it
The
felt
inner
like,
light.
yeah.
That was great.
Mhm.
Great title.
Especially because they didn't reveal the title. So everybody
Right.
expected the title, like the second you saw it, to like actually
Oh.
mean like be a reveal of like, oh my God, it's gonna be like Inner Light.
Mhm.
And then it
Right.
jokes on us. Oh my
Speaking
gosh.
of speaking of inner fights here.
The live chat is saying their favorites. Back of the Head, that's our good buddy John Orchiola from Screen Rant. He says Punch Spice is my favorite cop from Chips, right? Starring Michael Dorn. Everybody knows.
Mhm.
Glenn Iverson says Ginger Spice. Linda Anderegg says Ginger Spice. Dave Mattingly says he likes Old Spice the best.
Nice.
Starting tomorrow, I think everybody's favorite will be Pumpkin Spice. That'll be
Absolutely.
nice.
Mhm.
Yummy.
Not mine though. All right.
Yummy.
Mine, really.
So anyway,
Pumpkin spice cookies are delicious.
That's,
yeah, so
yes. Mhm. In cookie, not in drink.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not in
totally
drink.
agree.
Mhm.
Not in drink. Yeah.
Not in drink.
that's a poll coming up in just a moment. But you guys bring up an interesting point, which is they kept the title and everything a secret. And a
Mhm.
secret and a secret. And they're like, no spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers. And then we see the title when we hit play and it says the inner fight. And we go, I know why they didn't want spoilers. It's because it's an Inner Light homage. And then it wasn't at all. They tricked
Well, I
us.
kind of felt like they could have released the title and we could have all been riled up, and then it could have been like, gotcha.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
I
exactly.
think I would have preferred that, just to like revel in Inner Light talk for a full day.
Mhm.
That would have been
something
fun.
to like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Have us.
And then we could
something
all
to
realize
chew
we were
on.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. The buzz would have been unbelievable for those few
Yes.
days leading up. Can you
Absolutely.
imagine?
Yeah, I
This
know.
poll is very vague.
Maybe that's why they didn't do it. Maybe because it would have built up so high that they feel like it would be like a letdown if people were like, oh, it's not even about Inner Light. They'd be like talking about who's going to be back. This person's going to be back.
Could
And
have been
that
trending
person.
on Twitter. Like,
Yes.
Flute sales
Yeah.
would have gone through the roof.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
So
yeah.
we have a
Flute
a
sales.
poll in the live chat. The question is pumpkin spice. The poll answers are yum or nah. I'm not vote. I don't vote
Oh my
on these,
God,
but if
for
I did, I would
pumpkin.
definitely be in the nah camp.
Well, see, it depends on what it is.
It's true.
Pumpkin spice.
Is it in a baked good or is it in a cup of coffee?
Exactly.
These are two very different things.
Yeah. So I can't choose either one of these things.
Mhm.
Okay. I really want to follow up on this pumpkin talk, but
I mean,
we have too much work
I
to
even
do.
had pumpkin pie for my birthday cake in August. So yummy.
I love pumpkin pie.
Mhm.
Nice choice.
Nah.
I don't like pumpkin
Good.
pie.
No.
No.
More for me.
Oh, our good buddy, so many random fandoms, aka
Hey.
meteorologist
Oh.
Katie, is
The
in the live chat.
dinosaur.
Yay!
Hello. Anybody got any good dinosaur jokes? I've got a few dinosaur jokes, but I don't think they are meant for live shows.
Oh, man.
Mm-mm.
Maybe
Aw.
Star Trek and Chill.
Anyway.
Okay.
So anyway, back to the article.
That's a very random question,
Fandom.
incidentally, about the dinosaur jokes.
Oh, but she
Right.
was a dinosaur today.
Oh,
When she was doing her weather forecast.
I haven't seen this yet. Okay.
Yes.
It reads,
Sorry.
we have already recapped and reviewed Star Trek Lower Decks Season 4, Episode 9, The Inner Fight, and discussed it on the All Access Star Trek podcast. Everybody go check that out. Not right now, a little later. Like many episodes of Lower Decks, there are many fun nods and Easter eggs, but this episode also had major connections to franchise lore and not just the Star Trek franchise. So obviously this analysis has spoilers, with the biggest ones lower down in the article. Wait, I didn't catch any Easter eggs that were not from Star Trek. Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Well, so I didn't know how to catch it because I didn't know what it was referring to, but yes.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
So,
Well,
I didn't catch it, but here it comes.
The place where did they go? God, someone just
Muds.
Oh, Muds.
Muds, yeah.
It was like Star Wars?
Yeah, very much so. It was like Mos
right.
Eisley and like, yeah.
I do
It's all
remember that actually.
sandy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it did look like the cantina, the Mos Eisley cantina. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a fun one. Didn't catch this though.
Yes.
Why can't I get out of that? Check this out, everybody. So here's an interesting screen grab, and I don't know how I missed this, but this looks very Return of the Jedi-y. Right?
Yes.
Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I got from that door? Was the door when Odo first lands on his homeworld with the founders, and they had that secret door and nobody could go in because you have to have goo to be able to open it.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
That's what I got. But yeah, it could work for Star Wars too.
Yeah, the bounty hunter.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there were a lot of Star Wars references. That's very true. I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but how big a Star Wars fans are you? I would say out of the four of us, Jenny's the biggest Star Wars fan.
That's legit.
Probably.
Mm-hmm. I'm more, it's more like through the prequels, like I know them, like that's about where my lore knowledge ends. Like the new movies, I'm no idea what's happening. I've lost the plot.
Then maybe I'm the biggest Star Wars fan. I think it's me and Jenny at the
Live
top.
with somebody named Darth.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Melissa in the middle, and Anne Marie's like, I just gave you my entire Star Wars knowledge just now.
No, I like Princess Leia.
Yeah,
good style.
She does.
Yeah.
It's true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I've seen all of the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, all of them. But I don't watch much of the TV shows. Too much. Too
Mm-hmm.
much.
So much.
Mm-hmm.
It's really intimidating to
And the video games.
get.
Yeah,
I loved the movies that from back in the day, but
yeah, the original trilogy is just like yeah, and I've seen them a lot.
Uh-oh, our viewer numbers are plummeting. They're like,
oh
hey,
no,
hey, you're not allowed to talk about Star Wars and a Star Trek and sci-fi. We cover all sci-fi, everybody. It just happens to mostly be. But then they're going to say, but Star Wars is sci-fantasy.
True.
Not science fiction.
So I think
That's legit.
we can kind of like
tomato.
The other big Easter egg is covered in one of the other articles with the preview pictures for this week. So we can be done talking about Star Wars.
Who's your favorite Star Wars character, though?
Who's my favorite Star Wars? I don't know.
I bet it's Jar Jar. I bet
Princess
your favorite
Leia,
is Jar
obviously.
Jar. Oh yeah, Princess. Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. So that's Michael Kenyon Roseberg's favorite.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we will move on, but everybody at home in the live chat, let us know, what is your favorite Star Wars? No, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? And that's all we'll say. What's your favorite Star Wars movie?
And why is it Empire Strikes Back?
Yeah, that's number one for me.
That's such a good one.
And I think that Rogue One is surprisingly,
That was really good.
Yeah.
Because when it ended, I remember the second it ended, the first thing that came out of my mouth was, I said that was an A+ ending to a C+ movie. But that A+ ending bumped that C+.
But
Anyway.
But it told a different story.
Yeah.
Rather than the same story over and over and over again, like they keep telling in the new movies.
Agreed.
Feels like there's
I loved it.
We'll talk about that a lot in a Star Trek and upcoming Star Trek and Chill, because
Yeah.
there's a lot to discuss there. There's a whole franchise out there that's just waiting to be explored. How come nobody knows about this franchise? All right. Anne-Marie's about to get like irritable bowel syndrome if we keep talking about this anymore. She's like, if you say one more Star Wars, my hair bun's gonna undo.
No, I was talking to my sister because we have 5 kids in our family, so we were always hiding candy from each other. So I hid the Kit Kat, full-size Kit Kat in the candy bowl so that they would be left for me and her. Like, sorry, kids.
Yum.
Love that.
All right, so we will move on. Just going to read off what everybody said in the live chat. Chuck A says Dark Helmet and Spaceballs. That's Rick Moranis. Excellent movie.
Love that. Yeah.
One of the most quotable movies ever. Rashid says Return of the Jedi. Chris Marshall says Attack of the Clones. John Davis says Chewbacca. Michael Jensen says tie between C-3PO and R2-D2.
Oh.
That would be fun to be tied between them. AJ says Return of the Jedi. Chris Marshall says Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, nice.
Glenn Iverson says favorite character is Luke in the original trilogy. He says specifically the original trilogy. Obi-Wan in the prequels. That's good. That's very good. And the best Star Wars movie of all time is Empire Strikes Back. Anyway, lots of good stuff there. And the end of the poll question, pumpkin spice, 45% says yum, 55% said nah.
I like that's
yeah.
Fair.
All right. So let's move on to the next one. Lots of great Easter eggs here. Everybody go check that out at trekmovie.com. Moving on to another quick little item with regards to that, and it's on Twitter from someone named Jorg Hillebrand. A lot of people may know him. He shows the picture that shows 7 of 9, Beverly Crusher, Thomas Riker, Nick Locarno, and he says, and just with one small line, one display graphic briefly seen in Star Trek Lower Decks, The Inner Fight, we find out that Thomas Riker, last seen in Deep Space Nine's Defiant, is still alive and no longer in Cardassian custody.
This took my breath away. And that is a great bridge to the LLAPys.
Right?
Exactly. That's what we were waiting for. We have something very, very relevant to that as a category in the Star Trek Awards voting, the LLAPy Awards voting. So everybody stay tuned for that. Yes?
We also, LLAPys got mentioned in multiple things this week. Or LLAPys related things. It wasn't just William and Nick Locarno. Or it wasn't just Thomas Riker and Nick Locarno. There's also Dr. was in the news.
There was also what?
Like Dr. Jillian Taylor was in the news also, who appeared on
really?
our LLAPy preliminary polls.
Yeah.
Like,
wow.
Talk about relevant.
Yeah, she's in the news today as well.
Amazing.
I think everybody read our loose ends and then made this.
I think so. Because we do have, some voting about which loose end from pre-2017 would you like to be resolved or revisited in new Star Trek. And some of the things were Thomas Riker, were Gillian Taylor. And suddenly, look at that, they're popping. And Lower Decks is like, bro, we wrote this like a year and a half ago. Calm down. This was even before your previous LLAPy awards. Okay, but moving on to this very important Screen Rant article. It is entitled, oh, it's written by John Orchiola, who may or may not still be in the live chat right now. It is entitled,
so great.
Patrick Stewart did a funny good deed for Dr. Crusher's Star Trek TNG replacement. Patrick Stewart describes how he hilariously helped Diana Muldaur, who played Dr. Pulaski on Star Trek The Next Generation Season 2, in his memoir. Anne-Marie, you said this is very funny. Can you tell us why?
Yes, it's very funny. So basically, I mean, it's a little bit of like history, how Diana Muldaur had a hard time fitting in with the TNG cast, and famously she replaced Dr. Crusher, who had left because she had issues with Maurice Hurley. And so for season 2, obviously Dr. Pulaski takes over, as you hear about every week from Seventh Rule, who's doing their TNG review and is currently on season 2. But basically, he said like it was hard for the cast to kind of get to know Diana Muldaur and like all of them to like sort of incorporate her just off stage. And so in this particular scene, Diana Muldaur was given like this long speech basically to say to, I guess to him, and it was given to her a couple hours before they actually shot it. So she was having a hard time remembering like just all of it because they just dropped it on her. So he said there were like no teleprompters. So basically he said she could write it on note cards and tape it to his bald forehead and then read the lines off of his head. So it's just like such a cute little anecdote.
That's amazing.
Aww.
I wish there were behind the scenes pictures.
I want to see them.
So cute.
I can't tell you how many times older actors have needed things written down, placed somewhere so they can read it. And all I could think was, when do I get to be old enough to cheat like that? I want that. Or else whenever somebody's like opening a binder in a movie and they're reading, like, you know, they just wrote the things here. I would. Are you kidding me?
But I think like TNG especially was like famous for not getting rewrites until like the night before or that day, especially like an episode like Masks. So like you really couldn't even fault her. Like if she got a massive like speech with a couple hours to spare and was filming other things and couldn't even learn it. Totally understandable.
You know what else is understandable? Something that's very understandable is our good friend, Dr. Muhammad Noor. And Dr. Muhammad, whoa!
Yay!
Dr. Noor is matching Jenny R. Johnson, everybody.
I saw her online and I was like, I want to be like Jenny. I want to join her ship.
There we go.
Yay!
Oh my gosh.
So cute.
So everybody just listening in, Muhammad and Jenny are the coolest duo. They are matching in and they're both, that's
US
engineering?
era.
But it's engineering, I think, is the...
It could be. Could be security too. Could be a couple of things, yeah.
I think security was like that knife shape, right?
Oh, you mean on the thing? Oh,
the
yeah.
insignia.
Oh, the insignia. Yeah, I don't remember the insignia.
I think
I
so.
was just thinking the red color.
Me too.
Everybody in the live chat, let us know, is that little swirly spiral thing, does that mean engineering? I think it does.
I should.
All right.
So
welcome,
exciting. I love it.
Dr. Noor. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Sorry I was late.
Not
Giving
at
out
all.
candy and then doing some other stuff.
Aww.
We're completely out though. All the candies except almond joys, which I mean, it's funny. I think it was last year I had a bag of almond joys left and I'd offer to the kids and they'd be like, I'm good.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Wow.
Those kept those for us then, like, oh, we'll have them.
Oh my
I
god.
will say those were the things that I would eat last. I would always be like, well, I still want candy. and this is all that's left. So it is slightly better than nothing. It's better than
I'll
not
lick it.
eating candy.
I'll like it.
I'll
a
like
lot
it
of these
before
kids
I
were
get
saying
to the
nothing's
inside.
better. Oh, I'm sorry,
Mhm.
Avery.
What?
That's so cute.
What is Anne-Marie? What are you saying? What are you gonna
I just
do?
like lick it until I don't want to get to the inside part.
Oh, the coconut?
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. So you lick the chocolate off of it and
It's
throw
like the
away the
last
moist
one.
coconut chunks.
When you're desperate for candy and you're done.
Fair.
mean,
Each their own.
There's a
I'm
lot
just not a
there.
coconut fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just anyway, let's move on. Poor Muhammad's like, can we go back to talking about Star Wars? I heard you guys were talking about Star
Empire
Wars.
Strikes Back was the right choice, by the way.
Right?
Yeah.
This guy gets it. I'm gonna guess, Muhammad, that your favorite Star Wars character is Yoda.
I do like Yoda a lot.
But
it's hard to pick.
Okay.
I mean, I actually do like I like Obi-Wan in the prequels. In the original one, he was okay, but I like the prequels too.
Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
No, he was very good.
Beat him.
Yeah.
And he popped up in some of the shows too. So
Yeah.
Oh, I love him.
So anyway, we were talking about Patrick Stewart, Diana Muldaur, and reading cue cards off of his forehead. Let me see. Was there more to the... Oh, here's the exact quote from the book. So let's get to that very quickly. It reads, Diana Muldaur came aboard as the Enterprise's new chief medical officer, Dr. Catherine Pulaski. Didn't somebody in the early on in the second season call her like Kathy or something like that? Or Kate?
Oh.
Somebody did.
Kate, yeah, wasn't it Kyle Riker?
I was gonna say, wasn't it
Oh, maybe.
Riker's dad?
Oh, that's okay then.
Or Katie, yeah.
Diana is a fine actress who had been twice featured in the original series, but she never established much in the way of a rapport with me and seemed to function at a remove from the rest of the cast. Our one memorable moment came on a day when Diana was assigned a rather complex speech to deliver to Picard. She was given only a couple of hours to learn it. Like what Anne-Marie was saying, these things are constantly changing, these scripts. We didn't have teleprompters on the Next Generation, so I kindly offered to tape a printout of her dialogue on my hairless forehead. Diana played the scene without a hitch, grateful to me for serving as her flesh and blood teleprompter. So she really did do it, huh?
Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing.
The sad part of this was our one memorable moment.
Yeah.
Aww.
In a whole year, you're seeing somebody almost every day for a year, and you only have one memorable moment. Are they both recluses or what?
It is an extreme one, but still.
Kind of a bummer.
She was quite good in the two original series episodes. And she was in
Yeah.
Return to Tomorrow as Dr. Ann Mulhall. And I forget the name of her character in the one with the box guy.
Oh.
I forget what her name was in that. With the Medusan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what her character name was.
I'm not up to it yet.
Me neither.
But, oh my God, so good.
And here's the last little bit of the another excerpt. By season's end, however, it was evident she was not a good fit for TNG, and Diana left the show. Fortunately, the departure of Maurice Hurley after the second season cleared the way for Gates to return. At the invitation of Rick Berman, she rejoined us for season 3. Okay, there are a couple questions here.
Spoilers.
One is, it's evident she was not a good fit for the show. Why?
Right.
What about her was not a good fit? I'm not saying I don't believe it. I'm just saying, what was it? And secondarily, if Maurice Hurley didn't leave after the second season and they were not going to have Gates back, they would have a third Doctor. I'm hoping it would be Dr.
Or they would have kept
Salar.
her.
How cool would it be if, they might have just promoted Dr. Salar, who was kind of like a second Doctor, played by Susie Plaxton, right? So just imagine, they might just be like, all right, she got promoted, but I don't know.
You know what
do you
this
guys
is discussed a lot?
Nope.
in the Captain's documentary by 455 Films.
Oh,
Or sorry, not Captain's. Chaos on the Bridge.
There
It's
it
like
is.
a big
Okay.
Chaos on the Bridge storyline. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, I have to check that out still.
I still haven't seen that one either.
And what's
oh my gosh, guys, it'll
what's
blow
the
your
explanation
mind.
for it? Do we know why she wasn't a good fit?
Well, it's just I think they say like fan response. But Maurice Hurley just really did. I think my guess is Maurice Hurley would have had her stay, had Dr. Pulaski stay. Just based on that information, but I don't know.
Yeah.
If she wanted to.
Yeah, like whether
I really did start to like her.
Oh my gosh, I love her now.
And also, I think over time has been really like good to her season and her character, and now I really like her, except for the Data stuff.
Yeah, but even that, there's not as much of it as you know.
Right.
As time goes on.
Well, and then it shows that she's willing to grow and she can learn, and that she can, you know, she questions her own bias, which is kind of awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Good point. Very good point.
And they gave her the shortest season of all, by the way, only 22 episodes. Rude. They're like, fine, we'll give you a season, but you get the shortest one. But
I think it counts as 21 and a half with that last one.
But I agree that she aged well. And I'm not talking about just that episode where they aged her up. But like when I saw her as a kid, I was just like, ew.
Yeah.
You know, why did they, what's the, you know, like I was just took me by surprise. And now I go back and I watch it. And I'm like, oh yeah, she was cool. She was fine. Yeah. Like they had to iron out her character, but they had to iron out everybody's character at first. And they figured it out. And I'm sure if she stuck around 5 more seasons like everybody else did, they would have done great things with her, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And just like when, you know, you look back and realize that the Golden Girls were like in their 50s.
I know.
You know, Pulaski was like what 52?
50.
Diana Mulder? Yeah, exactly.
50 when she first started.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like she
like,
was
we were also just old. Like we were so not conditioned to see like women be prickly at all, even though like she wasn't even anywhere near as bad as Bones.
That's a good point.
I mean, it's kind of the same as like early Kira or early Janeway. It was always kind of shocking to see those at that time. Now I feel like it's aged so well where it actually like makes you like the character more.
Yeah.
That is a good point about comparing her to Bones, because it seems like that she's definitely off the Bones model. Right? I mean, clearly they're like, let's make like a Bones type, you know, where she's a little sour, she's a little prickly, as you know, you mentioned, you know, she's a little xenophobic is the nicest way to put it. Bigoted is slightly more accurate way to put it. Bones
nowhere near
to
like
Spock. He would
God.
call him names.
Oh, he was terrible to Spock all the time. Yeah.
So having Pulaski be like that to Data is not unprecedented. You know, it follows that kind of mold, and then watching her grow into someone that's more accepting, and they would have ended up becoming the best of friends, and we never got to see that.
Well, we did start to see kernels of that along the way, where she would defend Data. Just like in Pen Pals, she defended Data against everyone else, definitely against Worf when he was, you know. So
yeah, you're right.
Good point.
Everybody, we've got another Canadian in our midst. Dennis Koch is in the live chat. Cock or Coke? Dennis Koch is in the live chat. He is Canadian. It's good to see you, Dennis. Welcome. He says Muldar said she found the show a, quote, unhappy experience. The chemistry between the cast was not there, she felt. And who knows if that's something that could have gotten fixed over time, or if that would have just been how it goes. Because
they were already so close knit and like goofy, and so she had to come into that. Plus, their friend had just gotten fired,
right? And
she was replacing her, and that's tough.
Were they friends with Gates McFadden though in that first season?
Everybody? Yeah. I mean,
yeah, like people would like go support her when she had things to say about like, I'm not saying this, it sounds sexist or something. Like different castmates would support her going to Maurice Harley.
Cool. All right. Great stuff.
on the Bridge, guys. So good.
I know.
Yeah,
I
gotta
know.
check that out.
I want to watch it so
It
bad.
literally blew my mind. Oh, so good.
Chaos on the Bridge by 455 Films, makers of the Spock documentary, makers of the Captain's documentary, makers of the upcoming Voyager documentary, and of course, What We Left Behind, among others.
So really fast from the live chat, Trash Panda Amanda, who's also in Canada, says that's an engineering symbol, which she knows because wore the same emblem to work today because they work in engineering.
Oh, perfect.
Nice.
Very good.
That's awesome.
Love that.
That's
very
awesome.
Good. For all the Canadians in the live chat, tell us where in Canada you are from, because Canada's a pretty big country. I heard it's almost twice the size of Switzerland.
Almost. Almost.
No, you could fit like
you think of like Prince Edward Island or something like that.
40 to 50 Switzerlands in Canada, I'll just bet. Right around 40 to 50 is what I would say.
Yeah. 50, 100.
Yeah. All right. So up next, we've got another Screen Rant article here, everybody. And this one's also from John Orchiola, Back of the Head,
exciting.
aka Back of the Head. Go check him out on Twitter or in our live chat.
He's
there right prolific.
Oh, Chris
this
Gavins
is...
and Regina Saskatchewan.
Ooh, that's good.
Sorry to interrupt.
Not at all. This one is, say it with me, Star Trek 4 news.
Yes.
Star Trek needs more movies, says Lower Decks creator. Star Trek Lower Decks creator Mike McMahon wants more Star Trek movies, and here's why movies are an important gateway to the franchise.
Totally.
So, sure.
Can I just set this up really fast, which it'll be in here. But so I guess Mike McMahon and Terry Matalas, along with other people, were at Block Party, like comics creators. So John Orchiola was there on Saturday and got to talk to them and got some interesting intel.
Right. And I just want to point out, John Orchiola, why didn't you invite me?
Wait, he did.
He did.
No, yeah, you're right. I forgot that he did it publicly. I was going to put him on the spot, but you're right. He did it publicly. It's not even like it's a secret.
And you were like, eh.
Yeah, but I did think about it. I did, and it did look like a lot of fun and a lot of cool stuff. A lot of good news happened out of that, and this is some of that. I'm still mad at you, though, John. They can't prove that you... Yeah, they can. All right, so anyway. Yeah, take it away, Mohammed. Thanks.
Sure. Star Trek needs new movies, according to Star Trek Lower Decks creator Mike McMahon. The last Star Trek movie released theatrically was Star Trek Beyond in 2016. And a fourth J.J. Abrams produced Star Trek movie has been mired in development hell for years. While Paramount Plus is mounting made-for-streaming Star Trek movies planned to release every 2 years, starting with Star Trek Section 31, starring Academy Award winner Michelle Yeoh, Paramount Pictures' Star Trek movie franchise is still in dry dock. Appearing on a Star Trek panel at the Revenge of Comics Creators Block Party in Los Angeles, alongside other creators like Star Trek Picard Season 3 showrunner Terry Matalas, Star Trek Lower Decks executive producer Mike McMahon made his passionate and funny plea for more Star Trek movies. Read his quote below, or I will read it to you. I think Star Trek should get their movies made. I think there should be new movies. I want to see movies with the crew that we've seen. I want to see Chris Pine again. I want to see that crew. And I want to see more movies. I want to see more effing Star Trek movies. Like, what are they doing? I'm a TV guy. I've got a lot of TV. I've got a lot of comics, but there are no movies. Get your S together. New Star Trek movies all the effing time, please.
That's amazing.
Wow. You made Mike McMahon sound like he was on a bender. He was like raging.
Movies.
Maybe he was, though. He's got a lot of energy.
The quote
and
sounded
spunk.
like it in my head as I was thinking it.
Yeah.
Totally. So and here's the picture. This is great. This article includes a picture that Terry Metalis tweeted out. Here it is, everybody. Check it out. There we go. He says, talking tribbles and shit at the Revenge of Comic Creators block party. Mike McMahon, Mark Bernardin, and Eisner Award nominated creative team behind IDW Publishing's Star Trek comics.
Nice.
That
awesome.
sweater. Skull and crossbones.
Nice.
Excellent. Boy, Terry sure knows how to do up his hair. Look at that. That looks pretty rad.
Yeah.
All right.
You
So
learned
that's
from Chris
fun.
Pike.
Okay. So that's great. But everybody, it is time to move forward to some LLAPy Awards news.
Ooh.
This is how we entice Dr. Noor to join us. We say, hey, Dr. Noor, can you make it today? And he's like, are you talking about the LLAPys? And if we say no, he goes, I'm busy. All right. So actually, Dr. Noor, can you give everybody a very quick overview of what are the LLAPy Awards?
LLAPy Awards are well. First, let me point out. I think the context of Virtual TrekCon support. So let me start with that. So Virtual TrekCon is this wonderful event that comes at least once a year, sometimes more, but at least once a year, free. Lots and lots of content from lots and lots of creators, lots of cast, lots of behind the scenes folks from various shows, interviews, quiz shows, all sorts of stuff. Even sometimes prizes. It's crazy. But the what would you say, the topper on the wedding cake is the LLAPy Award show. So this is where the whole community can vote on their favorites in various categories. This is the only Star Trek fully awards show, kind of equivalent to the Emmys or Grammys or whatever. This is the Star Trek Award show. And importantly, although it's brought to you by the Virtual TrekCon, you all here who are watching this, everybody who's watching this right now, and even lots of people who are not watching this right now,
yes,
you are the ones who pick the award winners. We just put out the categories, and then there's 2 rounds of voting. There's first this pre-polls, which is what's going on right now and what has been happening, where basically we just fill in what are some potential answers that people could have.
Yes.
And then there's the final voting where people go into a Google form and just onto the web and say, this is who I want to win, my favorite character in Star Trek Discovery or whatever. Comes to you every year, thanks to Ryan T. Husk and team.
Well, mostly and team, but
the 3rd annual.
Yes.
So it's all picked by the fans, by everybody.
Yep.
All the fans pick the finalists, and from the finalists, all the fans pick the winners. We announce them live. During Virtual TrekCon 5, we will have the annual LLAPy Awards. Virtual TrekCon 5 is February 15th through 19th. It's a 5-day event. And on February 18th, the Sunday, we will have the live LLAPy's Star Trek Awards show.
And
so
Yes. Sorry, the LLAPy Awards show is an awards show.
Yes.
There are
excellent point.
People are winning awards and are coming to claim them. So it's very, very exciting. It's so fun to watch.
That's a great point, because last time we had 30 celebrity guests, presenters, receivers, honorees. It was an amazing time.
I forget which one. One of them we had all but one of the showrunners for every one of the shows from that year. That's pretty big.
Yes,
we're gonna do that again this year too. Hopefully. All right, so we are now in the process of voting for the finalists. The first division has been completed. The first division is the Legacy division. That's everything before 2017. Movies, shows, that's 13 movies, 6 shows, all before 2017. That's the Legacy division. It was 5 categories, or 6. 6.
6.
It was 6. Oh, thank you. It was
I had
6
to unmute.
categories, and everybody voted on these for 1 week. So it's time to announce those winners, or those finalists. Who wants to read the first group?
I can do it. I've got them up here from the email you sent.
Do it.
All right. The first one is, who is the best power couple in Star Trek pre-2017?
One of my favorite ever.
Yeah, there were lots of great nominations in there, but basically we just picked out the top 7 vote getters, and those are the ones that in the final poll people will vote between. All right, ready? All right. First number, and this is no particular order, but reading them off: Kira Nerys and Odo. They're definitely a power couple. Ram and Lita, right? T'Pol and Trip Tucker. Okay. Benjamin Sisko and Cassidy Yates. Right? Jadzia and Worf. Deanna Troi and Will Riker. Did I say B'Elanna Torres? I don't think I said that one. B'Elanna Torres. Yeah, sorry. I was actually reading in a random order to make sure it was random.
they are randomized.
I
noticed
that too. I wasn't sure, so I was like, I'm gonna randomize as I'm reading them. And last but not least, B'Elanna Torres and Tom Paris.
Amazing. That
Do you
is
guys
a
have any favorites out of that group? Not your personal preferences, but which ones you think are going to do well for a power couple. Not necessarily who you're shipping or who you like the most, but who's the best power couple or your favorite?
I mean, there's one with 2 captains. That's hard to avoid that one.
Definitely. I mean, I think Troy and Riker are gonna give people a run for their money, but
I also think Worf and Jadzia will give everyone a run for their money too.
Yeah.
Enterprise and Voyager fans can be very rabid and organized.
Yes,
you never know.
It's true.
Like, back when StarTrek.com used to do like daily polls or weekly polls, like they would always come out in droves, and like suddenly like the Enterprise and Voyager ones would like go way up. Just like those things are organized.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Enterprise and Voyager too.
Yeah.
I just love them all. I think that's a great list of finalists.
Exactly. Like, honestly, any of them deserve it. Any one of them that got it. Like,
and I love Trip and T'Pol together too.
Oh my god, I know, me too.
Yeah.
One thing that was surprising is nobody voted, or none of the finalists are from movies.
Oh, true.
But movies are a little tougher to really explore a relationship, whereas series has 170 episodes or 100 episodes, you know.
And see, we could say Troy and Riker continued in movies. So.
True.
Yes.
Good point.
Great point.
All right. So the next one, who wants to read the next one? I'll put it in the chat here. How about you, Jenny?
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. This is number 2. Which Star Trek Deep Space Nine episode had the best makeup? Ooh, I'm really interested to see what this is. Okay. In no particular order, we have Season 1, Episode 5, Captive Pursuit, featuring Tosk and his hunters. Very, very cool. Season 2, Episode 7, Rules of Acquisition, featuring Pell and a bunch of other aliens. One of the first big sort of alien gatherings in the Gamma Quadrant. Season 4, Episode 2, The Visitor, with aged Jake and Nog. Season 6, Episode 10, The Magnificent Ferengi, with Ferengi, Vorta, Jem'Hadar, and many variations of each.
And Iggy Pop.
Yes, and Iggy Pop. Season 3, Episode 5, Second Skin. A multitude of Cardassians, including a Cardassian Kira. Whew. Season 4, episode 26, Broken Link, featuring Odo's face and form losing cohesion.
Yuck.
In a pretty gross way, yeah. But very, very cool. And finally, season 6, episode 7, You Are Cordially Invited, with Bolians, Klingons, Ferengi, and Lurians.
Oh my.
There's a lot of good makeup in there.
I just remembered those red guys from the Pell episode. They're the Dosai.
Yes.
How did I forget their name?
Yes.
Such a good alien name.
Yeah.
Weren't they red with like little white
like white
things?
spots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wow,
fun.
good
So that's like
knowledge.
Mayhardu and Grant Negus.
Mayhardu.
I love Mayhardu.
Which episode is that?
Rules of Acquisition.
Right. That's a boy. That is a full table
This is a
there.
strong list.
It is.
Who do you think? Which favorites do you think there are there? I mean, personally, when I look at this, my first thought is Captive Pursuit. Even though, I mean, it didn't have a ton of aliens, but it was like these new groundbreaking, interesting. It was only like the 5th episode of Deep Space Nine. And I don't know if that should necessarily factor in like how early or late it was. That's just my own personal
well, when
thinking.
you did the Scott McDonald interview on the Deep Space Nine deep dive on Seventh Rule, his telling his recount of like how they did the makeup and all the like ins and outs of it and the tongue and all this stuff, I was like, this is amazing. This is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Another good one is the Magnificent Ferengi. The makeup they did somehow convinced us that Iggy Pop was weird. How'd they do it? How did they pull that off?
Crazy.
That was epic.
But what do you guys think? Who do you think's a front runner?
It's tricky because some people may pick the episode they like rather than specifically the makeup. In which case, like the visitor might jump into the question.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if it was under consideration for the Emmys, the visitor would be a shoo-in because that sort of tends to be,
which was the Emmy nominated one for.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
But yeah, there's so much variety in so many of these that it's kind of hard to call.
What do you think, Melissa? Are there any front runners?
Front runners for me. Well, there are too many of these on my list. Because Tosk, Captives for that was great. Rules of Acquisition, I love Pell, and the Visitor for obvious reasons. Magnificent Ferengi, awesome. I added Second Skin because we rarely get to see Cardassian females, and they did Kira up so nicely. It was beautiful work that they did on her. So they're all too good to choose between.
Like when Deanna Troi became a Romulan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good analogy.
All right. So people in the live chat, a lot of people are saying this is a tough one.
Yeah.
This
all
is
tough
a
ones.
toughie. Yeah. Yeah, because now we're at the finalists. So they're all good. They've all won something. That's the tough part about the when we do the award show. I feel bad to the ones that don't win, but they did already win the first round. These are all winners.
Everybody's
all
winner.
winners.
I might have to skip this category because there are too many good choices. I don't know which one to choose, or I'll flip a coin.
Yeah, if you can narrow it down to 2, it's still worth voting because you don't want the one that you least want to get it. So not that any of them are bad choices; they're all still good choices. But still,
I'm excited to go back and do rewatches of some of the one like of some of the tighter. The tighter races like this, because it's a great reason to watch kind of random episodes and really make some like decisions,
Okay, here's a fun one. This one we would have needed someone like Matt Boardman or Andre Kottman to read off, because this one is, what is the best ship battle episode in pre-2017 Star Trek? So this is which episode had the best ship battle or ship battles? What is the episode that the ship nerds, the nerds that just love battles and ships and visual effects that they just can't watch enough?
Oh,
Melissa,
really
what do you
out.
think?
Huh? You want me to read it?
Came out to them.
You're the ship nerd out of us, I think.
Maybe.
Definitely.
It's the category is what is the best ship battle episode in pre-2017 Star Trek? And we have Balance of Terror, TOS, season 1, episode 8, The Doomsday Machine, TOS, season 2, episode 6, Yesterday's Enterprise, TNG, season 3, episode 15, Sacrifice of Angels, DS9, season 6, episode 6, What You Leave Behind. DS9, season 7, episode 25, The Best of Both Worlds. Yeah. Part 2, TNG, season 4, episode 1, Endgame, Voyager. Yeah, that's pretty good too. Season 7, episode 24, Year of Hell, part 2, Voyager, season 4, episode 9, and The Way of the Warrior, part 2, Deep Space Nine, season 4, episode 2.
These are great.
Now, yeah, there was a key word in here, everybody. That word was episode.
Yep.
This one is specific to Star Trek series because there are way too many incredible ship battles in movies and in series that each one should have their own category.
Yeah.
So probably next year we'll do movies. This year we just do series. I mean, the 13 movies have enough ship battles. We could even divide that into TOS, TNG, and Kelvin. You know what I mean? So we will get to those at another time for all of you ship nerds out there that are like, what about the movies? The movies are too freaking good. We got to give everybody a chance.
Yeah.
What I love about these answers is they're so different too. Because like Balance of Terror is basically like the Hunt for Red October, right? It's not like it was like bam, 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 bam through the whole thing. Whereas, you know, let's say, for example, Sacrifice of Angels, that has a lot of the bam, bam, bam. So like, if you want the high action, you could go this way. If you want more of the like, I'm going to hide over here, I'm going to hide over there, and this is how I'm going to pull them out, then you pick a different way. So yeah, fascinating. I love that. Actually, I have a question. So for Best of Both Worlds, was Wolf 359 in part 1 or part 2?
I feel like part 2.
Was part 2? Okay. Somehow in my head I thought it was part 1, but I could be mistaken.
Riker on the Battle Bridge is part 2.
Was Riker on the Battle Bridge? Like Enterprise wasn't actually at Wolf 359, so I don't remember where they were.
They got there.
That's a good question. That is a good question for the live chat to answer. Looking at you, Glenn Iverson.
So I just wanted to add too, like these were so fun because like we had started by like auto-populating a list a little bit, and then all of you guys added things in. And for example, like the makeup for best makeup episode, you were cordially invited. That was a Dave Gregory ad. Like it's just so fun seeing like which editions made it. I love it.
Oh, Matt Boardman
Ship
says
battle was contentious.
Yes, exactly. The Matt Boardman says that yes, part 2 is well 359. Awesome.
Excellent. Yeah.
That was a close
Glenn
one.
Iverson.
I had to watch a couple to make sure there were ship battles in the episodes that got added. I have to say these all checked out.
You said worship battles. And I just pictured people being like trying to out worship each other. No, you're the best. No. You're the give me your I want to kiss you.
Does Guardian of Forever have a ship? Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So that means it's Anne Marie's turn to do this next one. This is such a fun one. This category is
my favorite.
Which pre-2017 loose end would you most like to see resolved in current Star Trek? This one is so much fun. Actually, Anne Marie was alluding to this earlier when we mentioned Jillian and also Thomas Riker, right? These were loose ends that have not yet been. And this one,
Here's the
didn't
other
really
thing.
answer
I wanted
it. It
to
just
put
referenced him.
Jaxa on it, but you wouldn't.
Yes.
But she was dead.
I just still don't believe she's dead. I never saw her body.
No,
And
yeah,
the way
I'm
they
in
said
denial
it made
about that too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
just the way they said it made it sound like a loose end in the show. But
Mhm.
I get why they do tell us she's dead.
Look, everybody at home, the seventh rule has Mike McMahon reviewing the final episode of Lower Decks, season 4, episode 10. That is on Thursday. Listen in.
Can't wait.
He might give some hints about Cito Jaxa. If you listen carefully and you extrapolate, you may see a future.
That's all we do.
But we'll see.
Oh.
But that's only, he said, only if enough people vote in the LLAPy Awards will he be inspired to bring her back. If nobody cares,
Nice.
then he's going to say, you
Oh,
know,
we
then
care.
I'm
We
just
care.
then I'm just going to sit here in my room by myself eating Muhammad's almond joys. That's it.
Hey.
As all right,
Leave my
Here's,
almond joys
uh,
alone.
here you go, Anne Marie. Would you like to read this next one? This one is such a fun one.
Okay, such a fun one. Scroll up. Okay, which pre-2017 loose end would you most like to see resolved in current Star Trek? Number 1, or these aren't numbered, they're just in random order. Lost, which was the J.G. Hertzler Changeling, Deep Space Nine episode Chimera, and everybody wants to know, like, did he get that virus when he not merged, linked with Odo? So that's a great one. Next, what happened to the conspiracy aliens from TNG's episode Conspiracy? The nubbin bugs definitely sounded like they were coming back.
Yeah.
What happened to Kaiopaka on the moon in Battle Lines from Deep Space Nine, season 1, episode 12? So obviously we know she died, but like, are they just forever there? Next, Dr. Gillian Taylor, Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. So they brought her back to the future, which also I don't know why they couldn't have done that with Edith Keeler. So she's back.
Oh, it's true. Good point.
Yeah.
They never mention her. Does Captain Cisco ever return from the wormhole from Deep Space Nine? I mean, that's a pretty big one.
Yeah.
What became of Bailey, who stayed with Baylock?
Amazing.
From TOS.
That's
Carbonite
amazing.
Maneuver. Yeah. What happened to Thomas Riker after his appearance in Deep Space Nine from the episode The Defiant, which who knows, they may actually already be mentioning in current Star Trek. Next, what happened to the Borg baby that disappeared mid-episode in Voyager season 6, episode 16 Collective? This drives me crazy. Great addition to this list. Major loose end.
I believe that was Ken Kopecki
Yes,
who added
I
that
love
one.
that so much.
Great one there. Good knowledge. All right.
So the finalists.
Those are the finalists. Everybody at home, feel free to throw in your favorites, as in the ones that you think are going to win. Tell us which one you think would win, which one you would want to win.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Who are the favorites in this one? Who are the front runners? I think Captain Cisco and the wormhole.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of haunting everybody for 25 years or something, right?
I don't know. As I'm finally doing a proper TOS rewatch, and I happened to watch the Corbomite maneuver the day that we started talking about this, and I was like, I do want to know what happened to Bailey.
That's so random. I feel like that totally is like that could easily have slipped through the cracks of Starfleet. Like
absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely.
So if there were Lappies in 1980, would they be like, so whatever happened after Khan got left on this planet? that would have been the winner.
I was wondering, because famously, that's how was it Nicholas Myers who wrote that one? But famously, like the writer for Wrath of Khan, like just needed a storyline. And so he got the VHSs of all the episodes and like watched them all to be like, is there anyone that could maybe not have an ending that we know? so cool. And I was like,
That's amazing.
ooh, imagine doing that to decide the next movie with all the episodes.
That will be Star Trek 4. You might decide it here.
Yeah, so I was trying to think of that.
This is it, yeah. Well, also, everybody, here's something that's very important. As we're reading these off, I believe there are 2 more. And then after that, we are going to announce the next ones that are going to be voted on the next grouping. It's super exciting. Melissa's like, did he say grouper? She's an avid fisher. No, I said grouping. So while we're getting ready for that, though, keep in mind, have you figured out yet what the theme for Virtual TrekCon 5 is? Do any of these give you a hint as to what the theme is? If you want another hint, it is in this Virtual TrekCon 5 graphic. Here it is now. Can anybody guess the theme to Virtual TrekCon 5? Muhammad's looking real close.
Yeah.
He's like, what's in there? So everybody go ahead and make your guesses.
Interesting.
There is a theme, and it's a very important one, I'd say. But now, since Jenny is a very big original series fan, would you like to read this next one for us, please?
Sure, I would. And I'm becoming a bigger fan. Okay, what was, I'm really enjoying it, it's great. What was the funniest moment in Star Trek, the original series? Number 1, in no particular order. Number 1, in season 2, episode 15, The Trouble with Tribbles. Chekhov says, I was making a little joke, sir. And Spock says, extremely little, ensign. Oh, that's number 1. Number 2. Season 2, episode 17, A Piece of the Action, the Fizbin scene. Now, I haven't gotten to this one yet, so I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is.
Whoa, you're missing out right now. Muhammad's eyebrows went so
best.
high right there.
The third one is season 2, episode 3, The Changeling. And Spock says, my congratulations, Captain. A dazzling display of logic. Kirk replies, you didn't think you had it in me, did you, Spock? And Spock says, no, sir. That's
I think the next one is backwards.
Oh,
I think the next one is backwards in terms of, it has 2 quotes, but I think they're in the opposite order.
Oh, okay. So
I might be misremembering, but I'm pretty sure it's the opposite order of the way it's written.
Season 2, episode 15, The Trouble with Tribbles. So you're saying Scotty speaks first?
I thought so on this one.
All right.
Oh, you are correct.
Good.
You are, yes, because first he says, Klingon says, I'll just read this one. This is season 2, episode 15, The Trouble with Tribbles. The Klingon says the Enterprise should be hauled away with the garbage or something like that. And then Scotty says, laddie, don't you think you should rephrase that? And he says, I meant to say it should be hauled away as garbage. You are
exactly.
See, that scene is so funny. We're still laughing about it. Okay, and please continue to the next one, Jenny.
The 5th option in this list is season 2, episode 15. Once again, The Trouble with Tribbles. Tribbles fall on Kirk. And it's hilarious every time. Season 2, the next one, season 2, episode 17, A Piece of the Action again. Kirk and Spock try to drive a car. And finally, season 2, episode 22, By Any Other Name. Scotty is getting the Kelvin drunk, and he says, it's green. Or it's green. Or it's green.
Wait a minute.
Oh, it's green. Okay, gotcha. All right.
Here's something, you guys. Check out this graphic here. Look at.
Okay.
There's a little.
That's the second star on the right.
Wait, what?
What's this?
What is that?
Little red spaceship.
It's a red giant.
I like that.
Ho, 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 red giant. All right. So
that's a throwback with Green Giant.
Yeah. Okay, so then we've got one more here. Dr. Noor, would you like to read this last one? This is
Sure.
another one that is very near and dear to my heart.
Sure.
Who is your favorite one-off character? Yes, Amory?
With over 50 options to get these.
Wow.
This was the biggest one.
Yeah, because the question is, who is your favorite one-off character in Star Trek: The Next Generation? And there have been so many of them. Now, what this means very clearly is that means they were in either just one episode or one two-part episode. If they were in a second episode later on, or in a second episode in a different series, or if they came back in a movie, no good. They can either be in one episode or one two-parter. Thank you, Mohammed.
Yeah, no problem. So the choice is...
It was coming back as a... I just have to specify, it was coming back if they came back in another series pre-2017.
Yeah, that's right. But it's okay if it was a two-parter.
Yes.
As one of them is, at least. So the choice is in no particular order. Season 3, Episode 15, Yesterday's Enterprise, Lieutenant Richard Castillo.
Shooter McGavin.
Yeah. From that same episode, Season 3, Episode 15, Yesterday's Enterprise, Captain Rachel Garrett. We saw a nice statue of her in Picard.
Absolutely.
Season 3, Episode 16, the very next episode, The Offspring, Lal. Whew, very moving. Season 5, Episode 25, The Inner Light, Eileen.
Oh.
Season 5, Episode 26 through Season 6, Episode 1, Times Era, we get Samuel Clemens.
I say.
It's a great cosplay one when people do that one.
It is.
Yeah.
Actually, we saw it in Lower Decks too, right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Season 3, Episode 26 to Season 4, Episode 1. I like that we have two spanning seasons even. The Best of Both Worlds, Parts 1 and 2. Lieutenant Commander Shelby, who also famously came back in Picard. Season 6, Episode 10 and 11, Chain of Command, Parts 1 and 2. The best captain of all time, Captain Jellicoe.
This guy is not lying here. That is absolutely true. Seconded.
Season 5, Episode 2, Darmok, Captain Dathan. Definitely. Everybody can see him from those memes all the time, right? Season 4, Episode 2, Family, Sergei Roshenko.
Oh, I love him.
I love him.
This is a great set.
Oh, there's almost everyone in this list makes me cry, like thinking about them. You know, we're just like,
even Jellicoe.
Well,
yeah,
less
for a different reason.
Melissa, I require certain formality on this show.
Sorry. Forgot to dress.
And one of these characters, even though they were only in one episode, the character was played by two different actors.
Oh.
Lol.
Yes. Right.
Excellent.
All right.
Good.
So those are all
That's
great.
a list.
Yeah, it really is. That's going to be, I'm very interested to see.
This is only a quarter of the Star Trek Awards show. So next, on Friday, we will open the voting. So after this, we've got the new / current division, which is all new Star Trek, Lower Decks, Strange New Worlds, Picard, Discovery, Prodigy, but specifically the things that came out in 2023. So yes, that means there won't be any Discovery. There won't be any Prodigy. But there will be very short treks steamrolling through and dominating all the categories and winning and saying, give me that award, give me that trophy to everything. Oh, whoa, we're almost out of time. Let's get to announcing. So basically, we're only gonna review, or we're gonna announce like the first half of these new ones, because we don't have time to do all 10 or 12 in the 1 week. We want to cut these into little bite-sized pieces. So this is just the first half. And let me pull these up here.
Yeah,
I'll read these off.
We forgot. after we finish the new, we also have Universe in the future, but we just can't
Yes.
do those
Right.
until Lower Decks finishes.
Thanks.
Right.
Yeah. So then the last division that we do will be Universe, which is all Star Trek movies, all Star Trek series, new and old. Sometimes we have a documentary. Sometimes we have Star Trek Twister. Anything can happen. One more caveat for these new things. Now we're going to open the voting for this grouping on Friday during Star Trek and Chill. But one of these things you'll notice is missing. We're not going to do Lower Decks yet because the final episode drops on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Opening the voting for anything that Lower Decks can be a part of on Friday would be unfair to them because some people might not have a chance to watch it in that first week. They might not watch it for a couple weeks or something. So anything that Lower Decks could be a part of, we're pushing it back so that by then every single episode has come out for a couple weeks and everything is cool. So this new grouping it's going to be 5. The first one in Star Trek is Star Trek Picard. What is the most TNG moment in Picard season 3? What is the most TNG moment? Now we're all smiling because there are so many good ones.
Oh my God.
Mm.
And everybody in the live chat, feel free to give your answers right now just to get ready.
Woo!
Just to get, because if you get the crowd riled up, your pick might win on Friday.
Yeah.
Or at least move on to the finals. The next one is also Picard. What was the most surprising reveal in Picard season 3?
Ooh.
There are a lot of reveals. There's somebody's son. There's who's the bad guy. There's
Mm-hmm.
what's going on with what's it and who's it.
Beverly still has her pearls from the big goodbye. Like, there's so many good ones.
That was my number one right there.
Absolutely.
Yes, I love that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Picard made her a love mixtape.
Oh my God.
So good.
Mhm.
Now the next two are Strange New Worlds. What is the most rewatchable episode of Strange New Worlds season 2? We had that last year as well, but for season 1, because it feels like Strange New Worlds is the series that is really focusing on rewatchability. Individual episodes, you can watch it over and over again. It's not serialized.
Yeah.
So what is the most rewatchable episode of Strange New Worlds season 2? The next one is, this one makes me smile just reading it. Which episode of Strange New Worlds season 2? No, is it episode or moment?
Moment.
Yeah, it's got to be moment because we already did episode here. So sorry. Let me change that in my notes so I don't say that ever again. All right. Which moment of Strange New Worlds season 2 gave you the biggest smile?
Oh, I got it. Such a good question.
Mm.
That could be a specific song in the Rhapsody episode. That could be T'Pring's dad, because
he was awesome.
that guy deserves every freaking smile ever. What a freaking charismatic actor and character.
Or the kiss between La'an and Kirk.
Bleh. Yeah, that could be one.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, you're right. Or
like,
what?
Oh.
Yeah, you're right. No, there's so many moments. So which one gave you the biggest smile? Lastly, the fifth and final one, Very Short Treks, gets their own category.
Amazing.
The question is, what episode of Very Short Treks best celebrated animated Star Trek? Which episode of Very Short Treks best celebrated animated Star Trek? Here's the caveat. There's no voting on this one because there's only 5 options. So those guys already moved straight to the finals.
Nice.
Fair.
How can we narrow it down from 5 to, that's it. So those 5 are already moving forward. That one's just being announced. But the previous 4 are being voted on. Lower Decks will also have their own specific category, but we will add that one to the next grouping.
Awesome.
So that they are represented there. And then the next grouping will have more varied things like what was the funniest episode in all of Star Trek in 2023, or what was the biggest wow moment in all of Star Trek of 2023?
Amazing.
Anyway.
Love it.
That's exciting.
It is.
Oh my God, I love LLAPy season.
Melissa, what was the moment in Strange New Worlds that made you smile the biggest?
Well, I did mention one of those.
Yeah.
But there's so many good moments. Can I mention Pike's apron?
That was many moments.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I wonder about
Maybe
that.
the Scotty reveal was so sweet.
Yeah.
That guy was
I feel like
good.
that's going to be a front runner.
Yeah.
How about the Klingon K-pop?
Oh my gosh.
God.
It'll
Well, Bruce Horak did win 2 different things last LLAPy season.
He did. That's
True.
true.
Yeah.
Oh my God, is he gonna sweep it again?
Yeah, he's one of only 2 actors to ever win 2 in 1 year.
I love that.
All right, let's talk about this week very quickly, everybody. So yesterday on the 7th Rule YouTube channel, we released our full review of the Icarus Factor, the Ick Factor. And that is the Enbo Jitsu showdown with Kyle Riker and Riker wearing their American Gladiator stuff and forgetting to wear their cups, but they're still tough, you know.
Dangerous when you can't see.
Yeah. That's true. And then let's see, tomorrow, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time, everybody go to the Falling Tower YouTube channel and check out our review. This is going to be the first day of November. November is 80s sitcom month. So we got the band back together, myself and Dr. Nora. We got Rico E. Anderson and Darth Shuey to join us, and we're reviewing Three's Company.
Come and knock on your door.
Yes.
I think it's on Pluto TV, but in my notes I accidentally put Pluto TV.
Wow.
It's Pluto. I swear it's supposed to be Pluto TV. Anyway, so check that out. That is Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time on the 7th Rule. Sorry, on the Falling Tower YouTube channel. Jenny, that's 10 p.m. your time.
Thank you.
Then on Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. whatever your time zone's called.
Atlantic time. Thank you.
Atlantic time. Thank you. Go back to the 7th Rule YouTube channel. We have our full review of the Star Trek Lower Decks finale with very special guest, Mr. Mike McMahon, making us all laugh. He's going to give you guys tons of spoilers for season 5.
Awesome.
Ooh.
The first spoiler is that there will be a season 5, and the rest you'll just have to stay tuned to find out. We also have the props designer and Star Trek consultant, Phil Murphy, all the way from Ireland, joining in the fray. It's going to be nuts. Everybody check that out. 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time, 10 p.m. Atlantic time on the 7th Rule YouTube channel. Now on Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern time, we've got, what is that? Oh boy, that is going to be the Next Generation episode, Manhunt. Manhunt.
Love Manhunt.
We're called
Looking for some
Man-Eater.
men.
Man-Eater's a good one, Hall & Oates.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So everybody check that out. 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern time. And that is the week ahead. So please go check all those out. And Jenny, can you tell everybody where they can find you online in the meantime?
Absolutely. You can find me through my website, jennyrjohnson.com, where you can find my shop and information about where I am. And you can also sign up for my newsletter. You can also find me on most social media under Jenny R. Johnson Art, but on Twitter, I am Jenny R. Johnson. And I'm also going to be, once again, in person this weekend in Halifax, Nova Scotia at Christmas at the Forum, the big traditional 50-year-old market celebration kickoff to Christmas, because it's going to be the kickoff to Christmas this weekend.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Awesome. Dr. Nor, fellow red shirt, What about you? Where can they find you online in the meantime?
I'm found on all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, X/Twitter, Blue Sky, Mastodon, Threads, even LinkedIn, stuff like that, as Mafnoor, M-A-F like Frank, N like November, O-O-R. Or on YouTube as Biotrekkie, Biotrekkie. Thank you.
Very cool. Everybody, by the way, speaking of the meantime, who can say the song In the Meantime? What band performed the song In the Meantime? Great song, beautiful song. Every time I hear the song, it gives me a big smile and I feel like I'm intoxicated and I love it. Melissa Longo, where can everybody find you online in the meantime?
At Melissa Longo, Malissa, on social media at theintrovertedrepublic.com under Walking Art Made by Melissa and Walking Art Made by Melissa on Patreon.
Awesome.
Great stuff.
What about you, Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel? Does it start with an at?
At Anne-Marie Siegel 1 on Twitter /X.
That's at Anne-Marie Siegel 1. And everybody, you can find me at Ryan TG Husk. That's Twitter at Ryan TG Husk. Or Chuck A says Janice Rand Jenny. That's pretty good.
Nice.
Or just you can find me at on Falling Tower, Virtual TrekCon, or the Seventh Rule, wherever you find your social medias, but especially on YouTube, everybody. By the way, J-Jo, that is a pretty cool nickname.
Thank
Jenny.
you.
When you said J-Jo, you're still Jenny from the
that.
block.
I used to use that, yeah, quite a bit back in the day.
That's pretty badass. What would I be? Raihu. I hear that too much. Raihu?
I'm just Mono. Or Mono.
Pretty good. And Melissa is Emlo or Malo.
Love it.
Es malo.
Muy malo.
Tú es malo.
Oh no.
And Anne-Marie would be I don't even know. Assy.
Ansi, because it's A-N.
It could, well, sometimes it's just J-Lo. I give up. We got to get out of here. We're doing enough
say
damage.
the answer about the.
I wasn't listening. I was reading the live chat.
About the song.
Actually, yes. Glenn Iverson and War Dog Heim, you got it. It is Space Hog. And that song is beautiful.
Nice.
Everybody go listen to Space Hog in the meantime. It's going to make you smile. It's going to make you feel good. It's from a happier time. That's it, everybody. Please make sure to like this video. Yes. Like this video, subscribe. Please make sure to give us a 5-star rating and comment below. The way to do that, if you're watching this live, is to hit refresh when this ends and leave us your comments in the comment section below. Give us your favorites. Who do you think is going to win these next categories? What do you think? Give us your thoughts. Keep the conversation going. We'll see you soon. When you want to know all about Space Hog and Star Trek awards and red shirts that look freaking awesome, put it on the main viewer. Yeah, I love that song.